How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all well. Welcome into Waterside Workshop. So at the moment I've got the Volvo estate all jacked up. I'm sanding out all crazy over the top touch-ups that are like that big on the tiniest little scratch. Done along here, done all around the arch, bit up near the petrol cap, and I'm now about to sort of buff along here and to do the bottom half under the strip with the little sander, which is what I'm now about to do. I'll finish the sanding for now, so let's have a go at this bottom half and see if we can make it really good. Whew. I'm going to whack some heat on. So, as you can see, they're already coming up much better along the bottom halves. I'll probably do them another 2 or 3 times off camera, and then I'll move on to the top half of the doors. See how misty the paintwork is? That's what it's like to start with. It's all misty and weird, and then that goes to that. That's still not done yet, but that's way better than all this mist. Like I say, you've got mirror finish down the bottom here already. We'll do that 2 or 3 more times and move on to the rest of this side. Myself a bit of a break because I've been mopping. My arms are absolutely killer. I've been doing it for hours and hours now, and while I was browsing having a hot chocolate, I found a couple of tools I need to do the old spray bay, or get an impact driver for blasting the screws in, obviously to speed things up, so it's taking forever to build it. One drill, a battery powered one, and not the other one's packed up for some reason. Can't charge it, so I'm going to get another one. So one's in Holston, about an hour away, and one's in Spalding, which is about 2 hours from that. So I've got a fair bit of driving to do. They're both Milwaukee with chargers and batteries and in the casings, so prices are pretty good for them. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next 3 hours, or probably a bit more by the time I've stopped and had something to eat, etc. Just needed a bit of a break from the old mopping away on the car. Just be surprised what sanding and mopping does to your arms. You have to have a break now and again, even though I do it pretty much every day. You just have to give me a little bit of a rest. Even the driving holding your arms up here hurts sometimes. Oh, quite a lot. Right, so I'll pop you back in now and again if we see anything interesting. And let's go get some tools so we can start building a spray bay.
In 1 mile, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto Broadland Northway. In a quarter of a mile, turn left onto Park Close.
Time for something to eat, everybody. We're going to try this one today. The pied calf. I think it says pied calf, something like that. Yummy! Yeah, this was coming out of the interior. So, as you saw from just back in the video just then, fence next door has come down, smashed all the side of the roof, you know, the rail that runs above the top of the doors, dented that all in quite badly, scratched some other panels like the wing and the door and stuff like that, so not too happy. Pretty crappy fencing, to be fair, with the window we get through here. Nothing sort of holds up at the top, so it just goes. That's not the only one though. Around this side, he had like a big clear panel up against the fence so you couldn't see through. Well, that flew off a couple of times and hit the focus. It's not on, so I threw that back over, and I'm obviously going to have a word with him and the landlord, and don't need that to be happening. You imagine if I take a really nice car out there, it's all finished, and you know, I've just spent 2 weeks on it building it, and that fly over and do that, I won't be too impressed. So, not too impressed with that, to be fair. That's quite a rare car, that one. It's one of the green to blue flip paint ones. So it's, you know, it's quite a hard one to get, and it's quite an expensive car when it's finished. So you don't really need any massive dents and extra scratches and stuff to do. All of that side was perfect. There weren't nothing to do on it whatsoever. There's a couple of bits on the other side and some peely lacquer. But now we've got dents and scratches to deal with, which is quite annoying. But enough of the negative, let's move on. So the Volvo's really getting there now. Quite impressed, all the interior is looking spot on, quite happy. The tools we picked up on the trip as we just went, nice tools, nice drill. Well, they're both drill, one's a hammer screwdriver sort of thing, and away you go. One's a for drilling holes. So yeah, both tools are really good. In cases and everything like that, so quite happy with that. Another day I'll show you them. They're in the other car and in the boot and all that at the moment, and I'm just trying to get this interior and that finished. I've been a bit rough, and you can probably hear I've got a croaky throat and that still, but just bear with me and I'll keep going. Just keep looking at this, all the shine on this Volvo is looking really good. It's all waxed up and all the windows are done, and that's 99% done now. Just got to wipe over the dash and centre console, stuff like that. Do the tyres, do the little trims along the bottom, you know, just black them up and stuff. Bits around the edges of the windows and mirrors, wipe the arms, all that sort of thing. And then she's ready to go out and have her photos done. Oh, one more thing. Got to detail the engine bay, make it look nice. It's all nice and clean, just want it a little bit shinier, look a little bit better. and that should be the end of that one, hopefully. So probably the next time you see this one now will just be the photos of all finished. And then the last thing we will do, I'll advertise it anyway, but the last thing we will do is whack it in for an MOT. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that will go through. If not, I'll let you know on the video, and we'll do the bits of work that need doing. I'm pretty sure there ain't going to be anything. I've literally been all over this one. You saw in previous videos I've replaced all sorts of stuff like drive shafts, ball joints, track rod ends, tyres, pads and discs on the back, handbrake's been adjusted. Yeah, there isn't really much for it to fail on. It's all been done. So fingers crossed that should be good. Right, so I'm going to finish up detailing this one. Not really much you can see, you don't really want to watch me just wiping the dash and stuff like that. So I'll do that. And we'll go from there. We'll decide what to do next once I get it all in. Probably take it out and decide what car's next. Got a feeling it's probably going to be the white Focus, I reckon. It's time to get that one done. To be fair, it's quite an easy one to do. A little bit of paintwork on both side skirts. Good old clean up inside and out. A bonnet vent to replace. Maybe put a spoiler on the boot where there used to be one, or if not, just clean up where it's already been, sort of thing. Got a double twin exhaust to put through and a straight through pipe from sort of middle to back. I don't want it too loud, but I want it to give it a little bit of noise for the looks of the car, because it's got like the RS wings and bonnet vents and the uprated bumpers and all that sort of stuff. So just think it'll look a bit better. Well, when someone view it, that'll be a bit better if it's got a bit of noise to it as well. It's been lowered, it's got bigger wheels on it, low profile tyres, all that sort of stuff. So should be a good one to do. Right, so I'll get on with this and I'll see you in a bit. So there was two more things I forgot to say as I was doing it. One was I had to change this mirror on the driver's side there, so it fell out and smashed to pieces. We've got a nice genuine one put back in there. Had to put all the heater terminals and stuff back on, and put the clips and bits and pieces out there and in, and that's done. And then the other job was, I said I was going to paint all the tow bar up, so that's what I done. Couple of coats on that, should be quite nice in a few hours when it's all nice and dry. And then I've sort of been around the car early and just finished off on the little black bits. The bits of trim like the boot trim, the tyres, the trim all the way along the bottom of the car, around the windows and all that sort of thing, the wipers, all the bits in the front bumper and all them little bits. So I'll take some photos now, let you have a little look. And I think we're there with it. Okay, so I've took the old Volvo out. It's time to have a look at the Focus. Hopefully it's not too dirty. I don't really want to have to wash it if I can help it. Let me in, little car, let me in. Oh, certainly dirty inside. Seats are quite stained up. Might actually do the interior first on this one. Gonna move the Volvo back over here. Don't want it damaged. Should be right here for a little bit. Let's hope so anyway. Side lights are on, don't want them left on. It's looking nice and shiny anyway. Right, let's see what we can do with this focus then. Still showing the lights on actually. Let's just go and check that. Right, I'll give you a little walk around just in a second and let you see what's what. Okay, so I'm going to start on the interior of this one. So I've just got in it and that's, hopefully you can see, it's pretty mouldy, which is not very nice. Look how bad that is. It's been pretty damp, so we need to get this all scrubbed before it get any worse. It's absolutely horrible. Need a good old hoover in the back, and all these stains need to be get out of this back carpet. It should come out. Yep. We've got water around the spare well, so we need to find out where that's coming in and why this is all soaking wet underneath the mat. Normally the back lights, stuff like that, shouldn't be a problem. Just pop them out and give them a reseal. That'll probably sort it. Same around this side. Pretty mouldy, lots of stains, all the seat belts and stuff are pretty yucky. The only one that's not terrible is the driver's seat, but that's all stained, so can't win either way. It's got a little bit on it. The passenger seat got plenty on it. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to get in here and hoover this out. Get rid of that water in the back there. Find out what on earth's going on, get all this rubbish out. Some sort of, what's this? Dehumidifier, dampy type things. That's probably because of the water coming in the back. It's actually full of water, so it's doing something, but won't be leaving that in. We'll be fixing the problem, not covering it up. Get this rubbish and stuff out. Ooh. Whew, and yeah, should be able to go through it. Yeah, my crisps from when I drove it over here. Stereo dash. This one's actually a sport model, so it's got a lot of the extras. Spoiler on the back. It's been played around with as well. It's got the RS wing vents and bonnet vents and stuff like that. Same with the bumpers, have been upgraded. Quite a nice looking car, to be fair. Once I've finished it and that should look really, really good. The plan with these wheels, I think it's to sand them down and respray them. Do we do them black or do we do them white? Not really sure. Or gold would look good. Let me know in the comments below. Just put colour, just put black, gold, silver, red, blue, whatever. Let me know your thoughts on what colour you would go with it. Going to put a twin exhaust coming out the back of there. Just got to work it all out and make it all fit. So that should be fun once it's all sorted. Yeah, and it's obviously going to have a really good blast because all around the top here is all wet and yucky. So lots to deal with, so I'm going to get started. So I've just had the old hoover out. I'll give it a really good scrub all the way around. Got up as much as I could. Now it's a case of making up the old detergents and time to start scrubbing the seats with the old drill and hard brush. Let's get some of these stains out, let's get all this mouldy bits off. start making it look really good. But while I'm waiting for the old kettle to boil and get some hot water in the bucket with detergents, I've just took this front bonnet vent out, and I'm there just peeling off the sealer. I actually broke it in half taking it out, but it doesn't matter because it was already broken anyway. That bit up the top there was missing. I've just got to get these sealants off. Which I'll probably do with a little blade or something like that. And we'll just lightly sand that down. And over here, hopefully, in this bag, in this box, should be the right one. All been ordered. I hope so anyway, or I'm going to be, bear with me, it's hard to do with one hand. It's 2 brand new vents, and that's the one that should go there. Looking pretty good. That is the one. This one's getting a bit rough and ready as well, so I think we'll put this one in as well, because these are all nice and painted up and looking nice already. Definitely not going to stick them in with this tape. That'll be a case of getting all this sealer off and sealing them in with some body kit sealer. But yeah, we're getting on, we're getting bits done. Trying to make my mind up whether to paint off this line down this edge and then black this piece and like have a wide mouth. A lot of people seem to do that with these Focuses, and I've got to do these anyway because they're in very poor condition, so we might have to just drop a bumper forward and sort them out. All part of the fun. There's always bits. Okay, so we've got the old bucket filled up with detergent and hot water, etc. We're now going to blast these seats a little bit. Give it a good old dip. Transfer a fair bit of the old detergent onto the seat. Otherwise you're just burning the seat, you're just wearing, you make the seat all fluffy. It needs to be wet, soaking wet. You obviously got to have ways of drying it as well, but I have. Pretty surprised how quick you can get through them once you get them nice and wet. Hard to get on this back bit of these from this side. Don't forget the fronts because they look a pig if they're all dirty and the rest is lovely and clean. So I think you get the idea, so I'm going to go through this seat and that seat, all the back seats, the carpets, the door cards if they need them, and scrub all this mould off and hopefully have some nice looking seats when we're finished. Just had a little break from doing the old scrubbing the seats and wet vacuuming and hoovering. I've just pulled the other vent out as well, so we're getting one on our way of sorting out the front bonnet. And with the 2 new vents in, it should look quite nice. Right, so it's been a few hours now, and it's probably going to be hard to see, but because it's a funny patterned interior. But I've scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, and wet vac All that water out of the boot's all gone. Took everything out just to make sure it's all clean and nice. There's a few bits I've got to do still. This side's looking alright. The same on this side. So we're getting there with the interior. We've just done the underside of the boot mat because that was just pure white with nasty mould. Now I'm doing the outside of it. And again, this is covered in mould. So I'm going to give it a good scrub. And hopefully we'll make this look like brand new within half an hour. So let's have a go, shall we? Let's see what we can do to it. Got a little bit of solution left in there. Not much left in the bucket now, so we might as well use it up. So I think you get the idea of what I'm up to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that another 3 or 4 times off camera and then we'll see what we got. Okay, so it's a bit later now, we're scrubbed away quite a bit more. Now let's see what we get when we take this off. Looking pretty good so far. Coming up well by the looks of things. I think I might just go over that one more time and that'll give you a bit more of a close-up. So there you go. Bit of elbow grease, good old bit of effort went into that, but now it looks like a brand new carpet. Sometimes when they're mouldy like that, they ease into the carpet a bit and makes them a bit messy, but it's looking pretty good. What I'll do is I'll let that dry out with the heater overnight, same with the rest of the car, and then I'll give it a quick flick over with the hoover, and that will look like brand new. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just getting all the sealant off around the vents. It's been a bit of a pain, but it's coming off. Doesn't sound very nice, but as long as you're not taking the paint off the bonnet as well, then you're winning. I think whoever done this literally just stuck it over shiny paintwork, hence why it's coming off not too bad. Proper way to do it is to scuff it up with a bit of sandpaper and the vent, and then put your sealant on, and that will stick to both surfaces, and you probably wouldn't pull it off again. So pretty good. Just get rid of all the dirt as much as possible. It's looking quite nice. Looks like I've got to scuff it up, and then let's just get the new one and see where we're sitting. So we'll be sitting like so. So that won't be too much of a problem. Got no edges, caught no paintwork, it's lovely. So sand all this back edge, all around the edge here. Get that all scuffed up so the sealant sticks to that. Scuff around this edge as well. And then when they go down, they'll go down and they'll stay down. And they'll look pretty good. These are the proper vents, you can actually see through them, they're not just slatted vents, you can actually see, right through them like so. So we'll get on with this, let's get rid of some of this mess, shall we? Gonna have a sweep up, so we'll put that down onto the floor. Car's not washed yet, so we're still got plenty of time to tidy up with it. Okay, so we're cleaned up around both vents now, so I'm going to hoover them out in the inner tray bits. Pretty good. The thing is now, I'm not sure if I've got any sealer to whack them down with. If I ain't, I'll soon grab some, bring it in the morning with me. So it's the next morning. I popped out to grab some diesel for the Volvo because I want to take it on a photo shoot in a little while. And while I was out, I thought I'd just pop down to here, which is Cold Harbour, place I used to fish, but it's been transferred over to memberships now. So looking at the prices, they've gone right down to £20, I think, by the looks of things. So might actually join up this year on this one and have a go. So here's a little look at this, and let's get back and carry on. It's a rough old road to get down to this bit of the river, but it's worth it. It's a nice bit of river. I didn't join up last year when they turned it into memberships because I've got my boats and I can just sort of go out there and fish them anyway, but sometimes it's nice to fish from the bank. Fun on this road. So, time to whack some diesel in this one. And then we're going to take it out and go for a spin and get some photos. Just grabbing a funnel. I don't want it to go everywhere. Should be good. These are fun to hold on their own, but didn't want to chance it because the light's on the dash and that's right on the bottom of the gauge. So it's best just to get a can instead of running out on the way to the petrol station or something like that, because that ain't no good. Nice to get to the end of this one. Still got an MOT to do, but hopefully there's nothing to fix. Heavy this oil can, and it's full. And that's in. We'll leave that with that. Right, let's take it down the road and get some pictures. So back in the unit again now, back on the Focus. I'm now about to start sanding the old wheels and see what they're going to be like to sand. So I want to see them a different colour. I think we're probably going to go black. We'll see. Let's get a bit of sanding done on them and we'll go from there. few bits and pieces on the wheel that filled, but nothing too bad. Normally I just grind it all out, but these are nice and smooth. And they're not actually too bad to do. The silver bits anyway. The black insert bits can be a bit of a pain. There's so many of them. You have to do it by hand, but shouldn't take too much. So get my blast down. That'll just get any grease, any dirt, any stuff we don't basically want on there off. You can now see why I haven't washed this car yet before I started. I actually had no reason to. It wouldn't have made sense because I'm getting the dirty again. I'm down right now. So I'm going to wipe these all down with some fresh cloth. And then I'll have to start doing a tiny bit of filler on. It's really, really tiny bit, so I'll show you them. It'll be filling things like these little tiny scratches. Nothing too crazy. This wheel's actually not bad at all, to be fair. So you see loads of little scratches, they're only tiny little things. This is probably the worst bit. It's not really much. And the same on the other one, really. It's not much on it. Got that there to sort out. That there. And a couple of tinier other scratches on that wheel, and a little mark there to sand out by hand. They're pretty good, really, for this side. And then obviously we've got to do all the black in the inside to finish them off ready before we prime. Okay, so I've just spent about an hour on this front wheel doing all the black bits. I've got sore hands now, and just washed them. They're absolutely covered in black. So I'll spin around and show you. I've filled all the little imperfections, all little scratches and stuff, front and back. So let's have a look, shall we? So it's looking like this at the moment. Lots of little dots where we're filling all the little repairs. And then inside the spokes, around the back of the wheel. It's all sanded down by hand, sorted out. Also sanded the wheel nuts because they were rusty. And in these bits in here. So yeah, we're sort of getting on. Not bad. I noticed that all the tyres on this are got loads of tread, so that's good. The back one's looking like so. Got a lump there and a lump over there. Now the rest of that wheel's actually really good. I haven't done the sanding in these bits yet, as you can see. So that's my next hour probably. Another good tyre. Right, I have been around the other side and just have a little nose just to see what we got. And this side's a lot worse. Look at the state of them. They're curbed up all around the edges. Pretty much all the way around. The whole wheel's corroded if I go close. You can see what I've got to deal with on this side. And that is going to be a bit of a nightmare. But it's normal stuff. Front wheels just as bad, if not a bit worse. So this side is definitely not good. Don't get me wrong, the wheels are lovely. The wheels are nice and straight, no shakes or nothing like that. Tyres, as I keep showing you, are really, really good all the way around. Just in case that this side is going to be much more work. But one by one, they will get done. Still haven't got the vent in at the front yet because they haven't managed to pop anywhere and get any sealer yet to stick them on. So I think what I'll do next is I'll get all these bits sanded. Then that'll be this whole wheel prepped. And then I'll move on to the back one. And then we'll see what the time is. Oh, wow. Just finished doing the back wheel. All in these inner bits, like on these steps and stuff like these, were a nightmare because every single one was corroded. So I've had this sander out, been able to do it by hand, been able to get into the little bits and stuff with little bits of sandpaper. Yeah, it's been a right old nightmare. I think it took me about an hour 45 minutes to do that one, which is quite a long time really, but there's lots of fiddly bits and there was lots of corrosion-y bits. It's not what you want. And just had to be done. Flattened off the face as well. Also flattened off all the filler bits on the little marks and stuff on all of this, where you can see these bits. They're not scratches anymore, that's where they've been filled and sanded back. And all this one's sorted, so both wheels are sorted now. I'm just gonna give them a good old wipe down with the panel wipe, which we'll do off camera. And time's ticking away now. It's heading towards midnight. Not looking forward to these ones, but they've got to be done, so do I do a little bit now, or do I wait till tomorrow? I still haven't had any dinner yet, so this is what my hands are looking like. They're a bit sore on the ends, my fingers and stuff, where I'm having to get into all the gaps, but all part of the job. You just got to do it. Yeah, you do weigh the skin off your hands, sort of thing. Oh, just been looking at this skirt while I've been standing there for a bit, and this needs resealing. That's not really connected. So we've got to sort that out, reseal all the way along there. This end where they join this end, this one's got a screw in, and they join there, which is normal. I think that needs a paint job. Look at the state of that. There's no paint on it really. That's pretty terrible, so I'm probably going to sort that out as well. And that's both sides, so that's a bit of a pain. So I called it a night after that. They're going to get some rest, get some dinner. Should be breakfast really, that's after midnight. But I'll see you in the morning. My hands and stuff are absolutely knackered, sore, my arms are aching. And I've got 2 more to do again tomorrow, so lovely. It's now starting to rain, so I'm going to do my journey home. I'll see you in the morning. Ooh, so it's another day. You catch me doing around the fog lights at the moment. They're all been messed up, they're all picking off, there's all bits coming off them. They've been done really poorly, they haven't been primed before they've been painted, so they're all flaky. There's bits of filler in the screw holes and stuff like that. They're a bit of a mess, to be honest. So I've finished up on my wheels when I first come in this morning, and then I moved on to this. Been out and done a bit of filming down the boards as well. So let me spin you around and I'll show you what I've been up to. So these are the last bits I've got to do on the wheel. Just these bits on the face where them little scratches were. Shouldn't be too bad to do. Probably do them by hand, nice and gently with 320. And then that's what's left on this one. Just a couple of bits on that bottom bit. I've done the ones along the top there. And then round here, this has been a right peak. There's all bits like that where it's just literally cracking and picking off. Just falling apart and just hasn't been done very nice. All the screw holes, etc. have been filled up with filler, so I couldn't even unscrew it and replace it, or just sort of flex it around a bit and get it all to crack. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to skim all the way around here. I'm going to have to bare it right down to the white plastic, which will be the original colour. And yeah, just got to get it all off, which is a pain, especially on these little thingy bits here. Using a little blade to get into some of the areas, but it's not very nice. And this one's the same. Not very nice. All rough around the eye ring of the fog light, and the same again. So that's going to keep me busy for a while, which is not good, but probably going to have to put a good hour into each one of these. if not a little bit more, which is a pain. And then we'll give them a light sand and some plastic primer like they're meant to have on. Leave that to settle, and then we'll go black again, I reckon. Or will we go white? I think we'll go black again. I think black will look best. Just goes with the bottom grille and stuff and other bits on the car. The wheels are going to be black. Need some black bits. So that's where I am at the moment, and that's what I'll be up to for the next 2 hours. So let's see if we can get rid of this really bad heavy scratching. It's nasty. I'll take it out the stand and show you. It's not nice. Let's see if we can get rid of that, shall we? There's only one way I know. Whew. Let's have a go. So I've got some 80 grit Abranet, which is this stuff here. It's Merca, not a cheap one. Whack it on the sander. And as you can see, we've got these right here. Put the mask on. Let's see if we can get rid of some. And as you can see, pretty much all gone. If I keep going, they'll disappear. Big deep ones like that will have to be filled with a metal paste. But yeah, you can go from that to that. Hope that helped you out. Well, I ain't filmed much today because I've been really busy on them. They've been a right pain. And I'll be honest, they probably took somewhere around 3 to 4 hours each. They've been a real pig. They were all scratched, all the edges were curbed. They were pretty rough, as you probably saw earlier on in the video. But I'll spin you around and show you what's what. It's the middle of the night, and I'll show you where we are. They're done, they're ready, they're prepped. Just need a, I wiped them down, but they need a proper wash and wipe down and a prime now. So, as you can see, no more curbing around the edges. There's a couple of little tiny marks that I'm going to fill off camera and sort out. Same as I did the other side. Same on this one. Really nice, flat, smooth wheel now. Little mark there to do. But I've got in and done all these horrible bits all around these spokes. You have to get in right along there, into this V, up along the next V, round these horrible little corners, in there, round behind the back there. This is concaved here, so that's, yeah, they're just a pain. And then with the wheel nuts off one at a time, you have to go inside these. Yeah, they weren't nice to do. I didn't think they were going to be too bad, but they were actually quite a pig. So all 4 wheels are prepped, pretty much, apart from them little scratches, which isn't too bad. They actually look quite nice like that, don't they? But they won't last very long like that with bare metal. Whew. I think I'm going to call it there for today. Been over here about 10 hours. And like I say, I'll probably put 8 of them into these 2 wheels. So my hands are red raw and pretty rough. I've been through all sorts of sandpaper. This bag's, as you can see, loads of different sandpaper, cloths and stuff. I've been going through quite a bit. Been using all the different sanders and stuff. And yeah, it's pretty much what I've done all day. So that's where we are, and I'll see you again in the morning. Thought I'd pop you back in because there's a mega foggy one tonight. Trying to get home at 2 miles an hour at the moment because I can hardly see what I'm doing. I'll turn my beam off, I can't see nothing. I can't see much like this, to be fair. It's not really showing so much on camera, but it's pretty crazy. Heaters going and get this thing warmed up. It's pretty cold in there. Leather seats, they're pretty cold when it's 2 degrees. So I've been mega busy. I haven't done more on this side one yet. But I've completely prepped this one. Filled all the areas that need filling, skimmed it, a couple of coats of primer. That's now sort of tacky now and now going off. But while I've been doing that, I've took the wheels off. Both of them on this side. I've masked up all the side skirt, inside the doors and stuff so I don't get any paint anywhere. I've rubbed it all down. I've flicked primer where I needed to. And I've also put the first coat of white paint on. So we're keeping really busy and we're getting on with it. Flushed it all off as sort of best I could where it needed it, and then what I'll do when I take all the tape and stuff off is I'll flush in around these edges with some sealer from like behind and squish it in and seal that all off there. And then I'll do the same all the way along this top here as well. I've pulled it out at the moment just so I can get some paint on top. But when I put it in, I'll put sealer all the way along the back, around the sides, and then the screw in the end. That'll stop it from flapping around and everything that's already fixed underneath. So yeah, we're getting on pretty well. Didn't realise there was spaces on the back, but there is. That's not a problem. Wheels are sitting over here. They're all prepped, ready to go, but I'm not going to touch them at the moment. Might actually leave the wheels as the last thing to do. I want to get these skirts done and this front bumper done. And then we can go from there really. But the car's up on this side at the moment, so I thought I might as well do all the work on this side. And then I can work my way round to the other side, put it up on the other side and do all the work on that side. Makes sense to me. Well, still plugging away. This one's prepped and got a textured paint on it now. That's why it's all as it is. I'm not going to leave it that colour, because obviously that's white and grey and all sorts of colours at the moment. But I just thought if I put a texture on there, that would make it look a lot better condition than what it is. And then what I'll do once it's cured for 24 hours is I'll spray it black 2 or 3 times, a couple of coats of lacquer, and that'll do that. But I'm still hitting these skirts. I think I'm on my 3rd or 4th coat now, something like that. They're being a right pain, they're really soaking up the paint. Don't know why, don't know if that's the type of fiberglass they've been made with or something like that, but they're starting to look good. I mean, if I shut the door and sort of step back and look like that, and you know, they look quite nice, but really they need a couple more coats, so I'm going to get a little bit more paint and carry on with that. I'm going to let that obviously go off now, because yeah, once you get to sort of 3 or 4 coats, you can't really go any thicker or it won't dry. So I'll let that dry off for a good 24 hours. I'll sand it back very lightly with probably an 800, 1000 grit, something like that, something very light. And then I'll hit it again, another 3 coats probably. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to mask these wheels up, give them a good old clean down, and then hopefully hit them with some primer. I have also been working on this side. I've masked up all around this vent. I'm now about to rub it down and fill it up, etc, etc, and start getting that side ready as well. So I'm pretty busy. I haven't put the bonnet vents in yet because I'm getting a bit of overspray on the car now from obviously doing the work, and I don't want to get it on the new painted bonnet vents. Don't want too much on the car because I've got to clean all the car down and give it a good old detail and valet once it's all done anyway, so that's not too much of a problem. But that's where we are. Time is ticking through the days and stuff. It's not easy work, it takes time, but we're getting there nicely. We're getting stuff done. Well, we're doing all right. I've been really busy. I've got through 2 of the wheels which are down here, which I'm now about to show you. Got them all masked up, cleaned down again, blown down. Made sure the dust and everything's away from them, and a couple of coats of primer so far. Going to go 1 more coat. I've been working on the front end of the Focus as well, so I'll spin you around and show you. So this is the first one I've done. It's already starting to dry. It's looking pretty good, even just in primer, to be fair. No more scratches, no more chunks out, no nasty bits. Perfectly smooth wheel. This one I done not so long ago, as you can probably see, it's still wet, still sort of drying on the surface. But again, absolutely perfect, all in repairs. Looking absolutely spot on. Lovely jubbly, exactly what we wanted. Whew. The skirt's now starting to dry out quite nicely. I think once it's had 24 hours, that will look pretty good. This front bit's taking forever to dry. I think it's, like I say, it's going to be a 24-hour jobby. I'll leave that alone. And I've been in on this side, had a rub down on the black, and I've just started filling the bits I need to fill, and then I'm going to rub the whole thing down. So yeah, pretty busy, pretty busy. Wow, 3 coats of primer on the wheels now. As you can see, they're a light grey now. It's a bit dark in here now because I've just shut everything off. Now about to go home for the night. But yeah, we've done pretty good. We got to where we needed to be. And I'll see you again in the morning. Well, it's the next day. I've already been busy. Been in for about 4 hours or so, something like that. Just come in, got stuck in, turned the radio up and started blasting away. So I better spin you around and show you where we are. So that front fog lights round area where we done is all finished. Looking quite nice. Just got to tidy up just on the edge, just on the top there's a little scuff, but nothing too bad. We're skimming that one still at the moment, getting that into shape. I've been playing with the 2 wheels off the passenger side as well today. I've got 3 coats primer and 3 coats of base coat on now. I think they actually look quite cool in matte black like that, but I'm not going to leave them. We're going to go, we'll probably give them a light rub down, one more nice fresh coat, and then we'll lacquer them up. I really did think about putting them on there and, you know, sort of having a matte black contrast against the windows, but I'm going to change my mind on that. I think we're going to go a shiny black. Then after that, I've got back in and I've got round these skirts again. I've just rubbed that skirt all down with 500, then 800, then 1000, and I've just panel wiped it all down, degreased it. I'm just going to give it sort of 15-20 minutes now to settle down. I'm going to put the last couple of coats on that skirt, and that should tie up this side. It's starting to look pretty good. Only trouble is with all the painting I'm doing, I've got to sand this, which I can't do at the moment, because obviously if I start sanding, that's going to go over fresh paintwork, which ain't no good. Okay, so we've got another 3 coats on the side skirt. That's absolutely gleaming. As you can see, it looks better than the rest of the car now. Lovely jubbly. Quite impressed with that. It's worth sanding them back and keep doing, I think I've done 3 coats at the beginning, and then I sanded it back with the grades 800, 1000, 1200, then 3 more coats, and then you get a mint finish. The wheels are on, they've had all their coats now. I'm just going to leave them to dry and settle, probably for a day, maybe 2, and then I'll hit them with the lacquer and them 2 are done. So today I'm just in sort of painting wheels really. I can't really do much else, because if I obviously bang around and sand and stuff like that, it goes over all the fresh paint. So as you can see, they're absolutely gleaming, looking lovely jubbly. Nice. Just before I done the last couple of coats on them, I come round and I give these a really good scrub down. Got all the rust and off them, as you can see on the floor. I'm just going to paint the brakes, just probably a black, something like that, just to freshen them up, so when the wheels go on, they look a bit better. The old side skirt, as you can see, is now blending into the car fairly well. Did notice that on the bottom of this door, it's obviously been scraping the skirt and it's lifted the paint a little bit, which is annoying, so I'm going to have to just gently sand that back and, yeah, get rid of that little bit of rust, a little bit of primer and some paint, and sort that out. So that's another job. But now this is all fresh, I should be able to get some sealer in behind these skirts and stuff, and then get a screw in and seal that all up. And then that's getting towards this side being done. This front vent's all sorted now, nice. Haven't put the vents in on the bonnet yet. I want the car to be straight and that's up in the air on the jacks at the moment, so it's sort of sideways. Bit of a pain. Haven't touched this one anymore, like I say, I can't do any sanding at the moment. The other 2 wheels are sitting there ready, they're ready to go in primer really. But I need to get this side of the other side of the car done first. And then once that's sorted, I can get these wheels back on. And then I can jack this side up. So yeah, it's a bit of a sort of slow process at the moment, but there's nothing I can do. All the different coats of paint on the wheels and stuff take a little while. I mean, this isn't a day's work, this is a few days work, because you have to wait for the coats to dry in between and stuff like that. But they're looking pretty good. I'm quite impressed that they come out. They've got a hell of a shine to them. And I ain't even sand them back and give them a buff. To be honest, I probably won't need to. They're that shiny. You've got a really nice reflection on them. So that's where I am at the moment. I noticed while I walked past the car a few times, if you look up on the roof there, see all them scratch marks? Someone's been up there with the old scouring pad. Probably removing birds muck and stuff like that. Don't know why people do that, but I get quite a few cars that come in like that. People do that, so I have to just give that a flatten back with some probably 1200, 1500, 2000, 3000, and then sort of buff that all in and get rid of that. So we don't want any of that. The good news is on this side of the car, it's not too much to do. I've still got to do the skirt down the bottom, same as the other side, but there's no bodywork on the car apart from that little bit on the edge of the door there. which isn't too crazy. We'll be able to sand that tiny bit of primer, a tiny bit of paint, and that'll sort that. And then once the wheels are painted, this side isn't too bad at all. Back end, that's the 20 exhaust system I'm going to put in. I haven't made my mind up whether to actually rig it up or just put it in and have it there for show yet. So that's sort of where we are at the moment. So it is a bit of a slow process, but it's a pain really, but there's nothing else I can do because I can't, like I say, I can't sand that car, can't work on the boat, can't really touch anything because all the dust goes in the air, lands on all the lacquer of the wheels and completely messes everything up. Believe it or not, I was actually done all these wheels in tins. Pretty crazy. But if you're pretty good with tins, then you can do that. I don't normally I'll do them with the gun, but with the big compressor not working at the moment, I've had to sort of revert back to doing what I can, and that's a tin job. But they're looking pretty good. Well, it can't be any better, to be fair. So that's where we are, and can't do any more today. I'll let them settle. Tomorrow I'll come in, I'll unmask them. Well, I might even unmask them in a little while just before I go. Put them on the car, put that side down, and then we'll be on this side. So it's been a good few hours now, as you can see. Brakes have all been rubbed down. A couple of coats of primer, 3 coats of black. Looking really good. Same on the front. Looking nice and smooth. Another job. Should look much better with the fresh wheels on them. The wheels are obviously settled quite a bit now. It's been about 4 hours, I think, something like that. As you can see, they've got a hell of a reflection on them. And that's I haven't sanded them back and buffed them or anything because they're still wet. Gonna take a good 24 hours to dry off. Yeah, quite happy where I've got to. Pretty good. Just having a little look at the boat while I'm wandering about. Tube on this has stayed up nicely. The front tube has gone down slightly, enough just to push my hand into it. And then the side tube, yeah, it's quite squidgy, but I mean it has been a good month, maybe 5 weeks. It's been a long time now, so not bad. So that's the one I've got to work on the most really when I get started. Keep seeing this thing that go around on the edge. That's really annoying me because it's so filthy. That's also coming unglued as well, so I've got to look at that as well. But the main repair under there is that one there, so maybe I still got a little bit of a leak on it, but it don't look like it has, to be honest. It looks like it's been done quite well, but if we really had to, we can actually detach that from the boat. We can actually take the hole down in here. You can get to it. There's a whole layer of nuts and washers and bolts, and that's hard to show, to be honest, but you can see. Where are they? They are somewhere. So that one's been done as well. I didn't know about that one. Or is that just what's holding the thingy on? I know if you look at it, you can see nuts and bolts, and that's what's holding it together. So if it really has to come off, I mean, you can take it off and do it. But to be fair, if it's going to start for a month, that's plenty long enough to go out for a day's fishing or out for a spin. But I would prefer they stayed up, so I will look into it. The old cruise that I've been building hasn't really come any further lately. I've done a little bit on this side. You can probably see I've been putting some filler in. I've been working down that side, but not too much more. I haven't really had a lot of spare time to sort of do stuff in between. Poor thing's full of sand and dust. But it's sitting in here, it's nice and dry in here, so it's not hurting it. It's actually doing it a favour. It's drying out all the wood in the inside structure. But it would be nice to get back on it and get some stuff done on it. I'm going to have to dedicate a few weeks into it, I think, and just get it done at some point. And then we've got the old Astra sitting over here. Quite a lot of work is done on that now. The quarter's done, the door's done, the wheel arch is all sorted. The front door's done, that wing's done. The bonnet's all sorted. The 2 roof repairs are done. All the back end's done. I can't really get to the back end, to be honest. I'll have a go, see if I can get round there. Just thought I'd give you a bit of a... You have to duck under the boat and go around. Things I have to do, eh? Yeah, all the back end's done now. You haven't seen anything else, but I've done all the back bumper. It's all blended in. It was quite rough, to be fair. There's a couple of dents on the boot that I've got to sort out. They are filled and sorted out. This bit up on the top spoiler's got to be done. There's these funny little dents along the rails along the top here, so I'm guessing that had a roof rack or something and that got knocked around. But they're saying that this side's alright, so hard to say. Look at the layers of dust on it. Whew. But yeah, I've been doing bits on it when I get a chance. What I do is I work on my main vehicle, then in between when I've got a bit of time, instead of sitting around and stuff, I like to do a bit of work on some of the others. If I go up these steps, ooh, there's going to be bumpers and stuff up here, up on the roof here. Got all sorts of body kits and all sorts of stuff. And you can see I've been starting to make a few structures and stuff ready to basically going to come off the top up here and upwards. And that's how we're going to start making the bay. But we're not there yet. But it's nice to be up the top here and have a look at the garage from up here. It's a bit strange, and it looks strange. See all the top of the boat. Yeah, you see the top of the caravan. And so often I see that. Got a rare Honda bumper sitting on the back here. Off a Type R. Can't think of the name of it now. Oh, what is it? So yeah, it's just a little update of what's happening, what's actually inside the unit. And then I'm doing a few little jobs outside. And then obviously all the parts and stuff like that. Thought I better show the MG as well for people that are new. So I'm getting rid of stone chips and stuff along the front here. Tiny bits of rust, but as you can see, don't want to hear that, do we? For you, be quiet. Compressor interrupting me. Yeah, we sort of bare metal with a few bits, got rid of some stone chips. Whole front bumper's all been prepped. I've been along this wing, sorted out a couple of dents and then gone along the line. There was a big dent in the door there, I've sorted that out. And then a sort of ripple there, that's gone. That's all sorted. The actual side skirt is actually really good. And it's not rotten, which is very unusual on these cars. Done the sort of ripple we had right along that back door. That's all done, so really all of this side's done. That's a car I only work on every now and again in the background. Been indoors for a few months now, because like I say, I just do bits when I get a chance, when I've got some filler out. So we've got that dent out of the boot. We've completely prepped the rear bumper. Got them dents out of the boot. If you don't know, this car was actually attacked and previous owner, that was all hit with a hammer and all dented in all over the place. Never had an argument or something like that, or something happened. This wheel arch is all prepped. So none of this is actually rust or crash damage or nothing like that. It's all violence, which is not very good. Got a bit down there to sort out on the side skirt on this side. Again, not rust, just a dent. And then I've got to check out these two doors in this front wing. That's really all that's left to do on this, but I don't think there's no work on the front wing. Pretty sure the passenger door's pretty good. Let's have a look down the sides. Yeah, passenger door's pretty good. Doing this with the camera, I always show you the little dents and stuff, which is really good. Any in that one? Yep, there's a tiny one in that one. See where I'm moving that? I actually do that for looking for dents, because sometimes you can't see them and the camera picks them up. So we've got a little one in that door to do. And then that's probably the end of the work on that. I don't think there's nothing on the roof. So that's pretty good, really. It's not actually that far away from being masked up and getting in primer. Should be quite nice, because I could do with some room back in here. if I had that out and the Astra out, I could get these two boats in a better position. That caravan will be going once we put an office and built an office and that up. We just use that to go and have a cup of tea and something to eat at the moment, somewhere to sit down. But once we've built an office in the same place where it is, that'll be going. I'll just break it up and then sell it for parts and get rid of it. Obviously there'll be a decent trailer underneath, galvanised, so that's handy. And then this lot down here, we'll just need a good old tidy up. I've got some fishing gear sitting in there and out some of the cars. I've got a boat sitting there that the old rats attacked, which is really annoying. But it's stewed to bits, but there's some really good bits on the boat. That was a brand new boat. So obviously the handles and hooks and all sorts of stuff, bits of rope and stuff on it was all sitting there. These are all parts that are listed around the internet and stuff like that. Got a mess in the corner here to sort out. Well, sort of a mess. A tidy mess, if that makes sense. These are bits of Peugeot parts. Got a set of wheels there for a Ford. Team Dynamics, they're actually quite a nice set of wheels. Sitting there getting dirty. Might have to do something about them pretty soon. Need to clear up the old car wash and stuff and that down there. And the plan is to have a bit over this side with some shelving and stuff and sort of box this area in and put all the car wash and stuff like that. Equipment all over that side. Got a load more parts down here again that are all off the Peugeot. I've been through all them, they've all been cleaned up, they've all been listed. The engine hoist really needs to get packed up and put away, but I can't get around at the moment to put it away. So it's staying around here. And then everything else is just the tools that I use every day. Tins of paint and primer and stuff I've been using because I'm using tins at the moment because I can't use my guns. And that's sort of where we are really. We're running off this little compressor down here at the moment, if you don't know. It's actually doing a pretty good job for what it is. If you're new to the channel, that's our main compressor, big old 18.5 horsepower beast of a compressor, but this motor on the end here is seized, and at the moment that seems to be pretty hard to get someone to do it, and it's very expensive as well. That's more to the point, you can actually replace the compressor as cheap as you could repairing the motor. Obviously a big compressor like this new is like a 50 grand compressor, but want to get it running again really. It's got a massive tank and stuff on it, and it is a beast of a machine that do everything I need to do. So that's sort of an update of what's going on and where everything is, and we've basically got to finish this Focus off now. Okay, so I'm going to end this video here. I was just going to get too long. It's already over an hour, and I like to keep them sort of around the hour mark, if not just under. So thanks very much for watching. Appreciate your time. Anything you want to know, just drop us a comment below and I'll answer every message I get. So see you again soon. See you in the next one. Hopefully we'll get this Focus finished in the next one. Well, we will probably, and then get on to the next one. So see you again soon.